Bullywugs are frog-like creatures that inhabit swamps and marshes. They stand about 4 to 5 feet tall and have slimy, mottled, green skin that allows them to blend in with their surroundings. With their powerful legs, they can jump great distances and move quickly through the water. They have large webbed feet and hands which they use to grasp prey and defend themselves. Despite their frog-like appearance, they are surprisingly intelligent and have developed their own culture and language. Bullywugs are known for their aggressive nature and have been known to attack travelers who venture too close to their territory. However, some bullywugs can be reasoned with or even trained to serve as guardians or servants to those they see as stronger than themselves. Now that we know what a bullywug is, let's talk features. The Bullywug has a +4 to stealth and a passive perception of 10. The language they speak is Bullywug. The Bullywug is amphibious, therefore they can breathe air and water. It also has speak with frogs and toads. The Bullywug can communicate simply concepts to frogs and toads when it speaks with Bullywug. They also have swamp camouflage. The Bullywug has advantage on dexterity stealth checks made to hide in swamp terrain. Its last feature is standing leap. The Bullywug's long jump is up to 20 feet, and its high jump is up to 10 feet with or without a running start. For its combat actions, the Bullywug has multi-attack. The Bullywug makes 2 attacks in this case, one with its bite and one with its spear. The bite deals 3 or 1d4 plus 1 bludgeoning damage, and a spear melee or range weapon attack, with a base range of 20 feet and a long range of 60 feet, dealing 4 or 1d6 plus 1 piercing damage, or a 5 or 1d8 plus 1 piercing damage if used with 2 hands to make a melee attack. Now that we talk about its features, let's talk settings. Here are 3 settings that could work for your world. Our first setting is the Bullywug's Bridge. The adventurers are hired by a local village to clear out a group of bullywugs who are taking up residence on a bridge that is the only route into and out of the village. The bullywugs have been demanding tribute from the villagers who cross the bridge and have become increasingly aggressive and violent. The mission is simple: clear out the bullywugs and secure the bridge for safe passage. For a second setting, we have the Missing Expedition. A group of adventurers have been hired by a wealthy noble to investigate the disappearance of an expedition team who were tasked with mapping out a new trade route throughout the swamps. The noble suspects the bullywugs are involved, as they were recently spotted controlling a large group of giant frogs and snapping turtles. However, upon investigating the swamps, the adventurers find that the bullywugs are not the only ones controlling the creatures. A group of smugglers who are using the new trade route to transport illegal goods have also been using the creatures to protect their own operation. The adventurers must navigate through the complex web of deceit and betrayal to find the missing expedition and uncover the truth behind the bullywug's control over the swamp creatures. Lastly, we have the Shadow Swamp. The adventurers are hired to investigate a swamp that has been shrouded in darkness and shadow. The locals claim that the bullywugs and their giant frogs minions have been using dark magic to control the swamp and its creatures. As the party delves deeper into the swamp, they discover that the bullywugs have made a pact with a powerful shadow demon that has granted them dark powers, and that bullywugs are preparing a ritual under the demon's instructions for his nefarious deeds. The party must navigate the shadowy swamp and stop the bullywugs before they can unleash the full power of the shadow demon's ritual. Now that's all we have for settings. Let's talk strategy. For a general combat strategy, bullywugs are agile and fierce combatants that excel in swampy terrain. They use their superior mobility to leap over obstacles and dodge attacks, while using their powerful jaws and weapons to strike their opponents. They also have the ability to communicate with creatures of the swamp, which they can use to call for reinforcements or create distraction. They can also use their natural camouflage to blend into the environment and ambush their foes. Another key strategy for the bullywug is to use their communication ability with the creatures of the swamp. They can call for reinforcements such as giant frogs or poisonous snakes to join the fight. They can also use their communication abilities to create distractions and lure their enemies into traps. Now, I do know their ability only allows them to speak with toads and frogs, but you can tweak a little bit so they can talk to everything that is a swamp creature. Now, for a creative combat strategy, to enhance their combat capabilities, the bullywug could develop new features to use in battle. Here are 3 new features that they could use in combat. Our first feature is Sticky Tongue. Bullywugs have a long sticky tongue that they can use to grab and pull their enemies towards them. In combat, they use this feature to disarm their enemies by grabbing weapons or shields, or to pull enemies towards them or into melee range. For our second ability, we have Mud Puddle. Bullywugs can create a small mud puddle that can disorient and slow down their enemies. In combat, the bullywug can create a muddy terrain that makes it difficult for enemies to move quickly or to maintain their balance. Additionally, the bullywug can use the mud to hide or ambush enemies. Lastly, we have Stunning Croak. Bullywugs can emit a loud booming croak that can stun or incapacitate their enemies in combat. They can use this feature to temporarily disable enemies, making them vulnerable to attacks from Bullywugs or their allies. Additionally, the Stunning Crow can be used to signal other Bullywugs or swamp creatures to come to their aid, increasing the numbers and strength in battle. By combining this feature and using numbers on their side, they can disarm enemies with Sticky Tongue, stun them with Stunning Crow, and also control the enemy movement with Mud Puddles, giving them powerful control over the field of combat. Add a few giant toes for them to ride on, and you got yourself a deadly encounter. You can improve on this by adding a couple casters among them, but that falls under your DM's discretion. That's all for today's video. Like, follow, and subscribe. Tell me about your favorite encounter with a Bullywug in the comment section below. Have a good one.